you are preparing for your materials, first, don't worry if I'm being too fast here in the video, because anyway, you can somehow pause the video and then revisit the parts. And I want you also to remember, or I want you to take note, everything that you will see here in the presentation, the lines and the points are exaggerated for emphasis. Meaning, in real life, in your output, you have to do it as thin as possible. Again, I will repeat, if you will see thick lines and thick points or circles here on the screen, I want you to remember that I intended to do that for emphasis only, but in reality, I want you to do it as thin as possible. Okay, so let's start. So your bond paper, you get your bond paper here. This is your bond paper, so you get it. First step is to fold the bond paper lengthwise, ganito. So you fold the bond paper lengthwise, and then you fold the bond paper crosswise. So dalawang ano siya, dalawang pag type of folding. Again, you fold your bond paper lengthwise muna, and then after that, you fold your bond paper crosswise. So it will look like this na, your bond paper. So it's like a 1/4 size of your bond paper. After that, you unfold your bond paper and you put it on your table in portrait mode. Again, you put it on in portrait mode. Again, you put it on your table in portrait mode. After that, you get your ruler and your pencil. Okay, after getting your ruler and your pencil, you trace the lines. So there are two lines there, the horizontal line or the x-axis, and then the vertical line or the y-axis. So all you have to do is to trace the lines using your ruler and your pencil, and it will look like this. So that is the traced line for horizontal line, and label that as our P, meaning the horizontal one or the x-axis is our principal axis or principal line. So in this case, if you are going to measure anything, kung mag-measure mo anything at the top part of your bond paper or from the lower part of your, or to the lower part of your bond paper, always start in this line. Sa Bisaya pa, kung naamoy i-measure sa babaw sa inyong bond paper or sa ubos, diri gid mo magsugod perminti sa principal line. Okay? Next, you trace na pod the vertical line. And it will look like this, and label that as our normal line. So that will be our normal line. Now, the use of the normal line is if you measure anything either to the left side of your screen or to the right side of your screen, always start sa normal line. Akong utrohon in Visayan dialect, kung mag-measure mo og bisag unsa padulong sa left or sa right side sa inyong bond paper, diri gid mo magsugod nga linya. Dinhi sa normal, okay? Diri gid mo magsugod nga linya. But if you are going to measure bisag unsa sa taas or sa ubos sa inyong bond paper, diri mo magsugod sa inyong principal line. So, in reality, in your output should be ang kaning cross or the Cartesian coordinate system, the x and the y, the principal and the normal line should be found at the center, no? Naa siya sa center sa inyong bond paper. But here in your screen, naa lang siya sa kilid gamay para masigo ang circle later on. But in reality, dapat naa ni siya sa center sa inyong bond paper. Again, let me remind you that the lines and the points that you are seeing or that you will see in the on the screen are all exaggerated points, meaning baga siya, but in reality, I want you to do it as thin as possible. Okay, now, from the normal line, I want you to measure 6 centimeters. Okay, sorry, we have the vertex. From the normal line, I want you to measure 6 centimeters, meaning from the normal line here, pero diri gyapon mo magbase sa principal ha. So here, from the normal line ang inyong 6 centimeters. So if example, if na dinhi ang tama ninyong 6 centimeters, you put there a point. So but in reality, I want you to remember this point should be as thin as possible. Ayaw gid mo kalimot ana. And you label this as C. Okay? And then, the midpoint of C, meaning tunga sa C, which is 6 centimeters, is 3. So I want you to get the midpoint of your C and your vertex, meaning C is the center of our circle later on, and then midpoint, and label that as our F, or the focal point. So if it is a midpoint, I want you to remember that the distance, or let's say the length, no? Or the measurement from V to F should be 3 centimeters, and from F to C should also be 3 centimeters because midpoint nga siya. So this is your capital F, which is the focal point, and this is your small letter f, which is your focal length. Okay, after this, your output should look like this. Nasa baba si C tsaka si F. I prefer to put the C and F sa lower part para dili siya sagabal later sa lines. So, you don't necessarily need to put all of the brackets. I simply introduce that to you for emphasis. But you don't necessarily need to put the katong mga brackets, okay? Next, I want you to get your compass. And your compass should look like this. So the sharp part of your compass, you put it at the C there, and then the pencil part of your compass, you put it, or you position it at the vertex. Again, the lines should be as thin as possible, also the points. So again, you put the sharp part on C, and the pencil part, you position it at the V. After you position that, you create a semicircle or half a circle like this, and make sure that the circle really nakadikit siya here sa vertex. So the vertex is the point where your normal line, your principal line, and your circle meet. So mao na ang vertex. So your output should look like this, okay? And then I want you to remember that this is the front side of our curved mirror, which is in this case concave, and this is the back side of our concave mirror. So in this case, I want you to measure another 3 centimeters from the center going to any part here, and then from this part you measure 3 centimeters nga kuan arrow. So this arrow here is our object. Again, you measure 3 centimeters from C going here, and then the height of your arrow, which is our object, should also be 3 centimeters. Take note, do not forget that our object is represented by an arrow with a straight line with arrowhead. Do not forget the arrowhead, because the arrowhead is like the head of our object, meaning kung tao pa na mo ng ulo. So do not forget that. Okay, that is 3 centimeters gihapon ang iyahang height. So in this case, I want to change the mood into a black part, no? So let's change the mood into the black part. So this time, I will be introducing to you the 4 rays. Take another disclaimer also. These 4 rays are the same in all books, but my ray 1 here might be ray 2 in other authors. My ray 3 here might be ray 1 in other authors, but they refer to the same concept. Same lang na siya. Okay? So let's start with ray 1.